confiscated properties of Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, the leader of banned pro-Khalistani organization Sikhs for Justice, and slain Khalistani terrorist associate Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Pannu's 2 properties have been confiscated. One is an agricultural land in the outskirts of Amritsar city of Punjab, while the other is his residence in a posh Chandigarh city sector. Let's talk more about this. Our principal diplomatic correspondent Sidhan Sibol is joining us on the line. Sidhan Sibol, this is the latest by the Indian government. What may have necessitated the Indian government to act now?
Well, it's obvious that these actions have been taken because of the ongoing crackdown on Khalistanis and extremists. Now, essentially, we know that the action taken against Pannu is major, given the fact that he has been essentially spearheading these so-called referendums in Canada. He was seen on 10th of September in Surrey in Canada, trying to, of course, indulge in anti-India activities and, of course, take part in so-called referendum. But 2 properties have been attached. One is in Chandigarh, another is in Amritsar, and we can expect more action by the Indian government, the NIA. In fact, NIA released a list of criminals, almost 43 criminals who have been linked with Canada. And remember, India has been seeking Canada to take strong action against these elements, but no action has been taken so far. And this is something that has been a worrisome development for India. And that is why India had to call out Canada, saying that Canada is a safe haven for extremists, criminals and terrorists.
Sidhan Sibol, despite this row between India and Canada, we are talking about 2020. Why has it taken so long for the Indian government to react or even act?
Well, it hasn't taken long for the Indian government. Indian government has been on a regular basis raising the issue of Khalistani extremism with the Canadian government, and this has been an ongoing process. Why it is being seen right now is because the first shot has been fired by the Canadian Prime Minister, who publicly in the Canadian Parliament said that there are alleged evidences, he said, credible, in fact, allegations against Indian government, and this is something that has essentially led to the ties hitting a rock bottom. So what we are witnessing now is the fallout of those comments, and it is looking like that it is going to drag on for some time, because the relationship has, of course, reached its worst, and it looked like both countries now are at loggerheads amidst, of course, the Khalistani concerns.
Sidhan Sibol, before I let you go, after the confiscation, what happens next? What happens to Pannu?
Well, he is in Canada because he was last seen in a so-called referendum on 10th of September. And that is the day when the Indian and the Canadian Prime Ministers were meeting here in Delhi, and India had raised strong concerns over Khalistani extremists getting a free space in Canada. But essentially, when it comes to Pannu, he is in Canada. The Canadian government needs to act. So far, the Canadian government has been seen absent, and it looks like they will be absent for a pretty long time, even as these extremist elements use Canadian territory to incite violence against India and indulge in anti-India violence.
All right, that is our principal diplomatic correspondent, Sidhan Sibol, live from New Delhi, giving us an update on this report.